I want to say welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Microsoft and SAP partner webinar, and we're calling it Unleashing AI Power Transformation, Accelerating Your Business Suite Journey with the Microsoft Cloud. Today's session is tailored to you, our systems integrator partners. You're the trusted advisors who lead customers through their SAP cloud transformations. We have a short 30-ish minute agenda that we want to discuss how SAP and Microsoft's joint program can help you drive faster, smarter ERP projects with built-in AI and comprehensive support. I'm really excited to introduce to you our panelists today. We've got Santina Franchi, who's the president of SAP's Corporate and Grow business, who's driving SAP's Business Suite strategy and partner initiative in this segment. And we also have joining us Wael El-Kabani, who's Vice President of Strategic Global Partnerships at Microsoft, and he's leading the SAP Microsoft Alliance, working closely with our partners to innovate on Azure. In addition to Santina and Wael, we've got a host of folks from Microsoft and SAP that are part of the great team of colleagues who are helping us to implement and accelerate our Business Suite Acceleration Program. And they are here to answer questions as we're going along. So we won't have a live Q&A, but instead we've got a live chat going. If you've got any questions, put them into the chat and one of the team will respond to you. Also keep an eye on the chat because we'll put some resources that we're referencing in or links, throughout the session that you'll be able to access as well. And at the end, when we do the wrap up, we want to make sure that everyone knows that we will send out notes and links to the information that you need after the call as well. So with that said, thank you everyone for being here. We've got a quick view of the agenda of what we're going to cover, which we'll go through all of these key topics here. And so with that, why don't we dive right in? So let's open up with why this program is so vital to partners today. The mid-market is experiencing a surge of transformation with tens of thousands of companies that are eager to modernize their ERP systems and leverage the power of cloud-based AI. These businesses are actively seeking solutions that deliver agility, intelligent automation, and deeper data insights to compete with the rapidly evolving landscape. For partners, this is an enormous opportunity to guide organizations, unlock innovation, and build lasting engagements as they embrace capabilities and reimagine their operations with next generation technology. So with that, Santina, why don't we start with you on the first question? Before we get into the program itself, can you set the stage as to why SAP Corporate Space and Partner Driven is such a huge opportunity for partners right now?
Well, this space that we call corporate and partner-driven is SAP's largest total addressable market. It represents a 300 billion opportunity. It consists of 13,000 accounts with revenue over 1 billion, 40,000 accounts with revenue of between 250 million and 1 billion, and more than 1 million account with revenue under 250 million that are already in our CRM. And it will aim to bring in also net new names to ERP from beyond the number of accounts that we already have in the CRM. And less than the 20% of the ones we have already, we are already incumbent and have more than 3 SAP solutions. And this represents a huge opportunities for SAP partners to lead to Business Suite by selling ERP to net new names and then cross-selling. But what is even more exciting is the $1 trillion opportunity to expand with SAP Business AI. SAP Business AI approach is unique in the market. We know the semantic of the data, and we have a deep understanding of the processes, and both of these are needed to derive the real ROI from AI. Today, we have more than 30,000 customers that have already adopted SAP Business AI solution, and this is just the beginning. For partners, this urgency means surging demand for guidance. Mid-market firms know they must move, but often lack in-house expertise. With SAP, you can change the narrative from insight to action, where end users still have to think which questions to ask to AI and what to do next, to reason to action, where AI does this by itself through reasoning and collaborations. So we can really help a lot our clients with partners coming with us to step up now and build a strong pipeline of engagement.
Wonderful. Well, next question's for you. Could you tell us a little bit about how Microsoft is helping to simplify the transformation from the infrastructure side? Like, what is Microsoft doing to make moving a customer's SAP environment to the cloud and infusing it with AI less daunting for our partners and customers?
Sure. First of all, thank you. Thank you for having me in this super important discussion. I work on a number of initiatives between Microsoft and SAP. And just to be really transparent, this is the closest to my heart. This is the one that seriously, I think that both Microsoft and SAP has the maximum potential to really impact the market. It's not only about because of the $1 trillion potential that Santina was referring to earlier on in terms of potential market demand, but also working with the SAP team led by Santina as well. All of that is really adding to the value of an initiative that I genuinely believe is going to be driving a lot of value. The market that we're talking about has always been there, but to be honest with you, we've always had a lot of headwinds. And that's why Microsoft worked with SAP over the past few years to make sure that we are actually removing those headwinds from our way. All the way from purpose-built infrastructure, so that we're jointly building that infrastructure jointly with SAP to make sure that we are creating that comfort with the customers and partners that they are actually using the right level of infrastructure on the cloud for the SAP environments, all the way to a maximum SLA and mission critical applications that are running on SAP workloads. That is infrastructure built by Microsoft on the cloud to make sure that we are actually removing that concern from customers that I have the right infrastructure to run my super critical applications from SAP. The second part was all about security and compliance. And we have done a lot of work jointly with SAP to make sure that our security and compliance workloads on the cloud is actually directly connected to the SAP workloads. We've done a lot of work between our engineering teams, both Microsoft and SAP, to make sure that those engineering efforts result in a lot of customer and partner comfort around the security and the compliance once we actually go together on the cloud using the best in class from both companies. And then come to a couple of tailwinds that we are having. A lot of customers, they really want to go to the cloud just to make sure that they are activating properly the AI solutions, that they are actually there to monetize their data, to maximize the impact of transformation that they are actually running. And that's why we have also worked with SAP to make sure that we are pre-packaging a lot of the integration effort around AI, both on the SAP side and the Microsoft side, to make sure that the partners, when they're actually developing those solutions, taking those solutions to market, they don't actually start from scratch, but taking a lot of the joint pre-built reference architectures, APIs, and solutions that we have jointly developed with SAP to ensure this leveraging AI, creating value is not sort of like a 1-year project, but maybe a few weeks and maybe a few months type of impact. This is how I think the entire ethos of us coming together, I think would make a maximum difference, both for our customers and partners as well.
Wonderful. Well, it sounds like the SAP Business Suite Acceleration Program with Microsoft Cloud is not just a technical migration plan, but a true catalyst for business transformation with SAP and Microsoft paving the way. How does this program help to ensure that moving S/4HANA on Azure isn't just a lift and shift, of old system, but truly an opportunity to modernize and innovate? Santina, why don't we get your thoughts on this first?
Yeah, by the way, I want to echo the words that Bail just said at the beginning of how much he loves this program. Me too. Is the program that is the closest to my heart, because I really believe that our two companies coming together can deliver to our clients the best possible business outcome. And thanks also to partnering with you, our ecosystem, and can unleash lots of value, and also working with great professionals of great business leaders that can make business impact all across. The program is definitely strategic. It's not just a technical program at all. We are here to unleash business outcomes in a much better, stronger way by bringing together our joint capabilities. It provides a structured end-to-end journey for the partners. Through the program, we bring together SAP latest innovation like Grow on the Microsoft Cloud, leveraging Microsoft Cloud Services. First off, Grow with SAP journey is the fastest part you can have on SAP public cloud. It brings together a standardized framework, pre-configured industry best practices, embedded AI, and a business technology platform for custom application to accelerate value and grow. Next, AI capability and automation are in the DNA of the program. For example, from day one, customers can turn on SAP Business AI features like AI-driven invoice matching or predictive stock analytics. This immediately demonstrates new value, so the project is not seen as an IT upgrade, but a business environment. In short, the program is de-risking through transformation and strategically empower partners to deliver not just a migrated system, but a smarter, streamlined business for their clients that can leverage AI at scale.
Great. Wael, is there anything you'd want to add?
Listen, I think just a couple of things to add to the point Santino was making. Customers, when they do the assessment of going with a modernized ERP or going to the cloud solutions, they typically will do the typical assessment of TCO around infrastructure migration costs, services migration costs, and they would look at the way that they're going to run security and compliance on the cloud. That's the normal way of looking at things. But once, to the point Santino was talking about, is that once we move this project from a cloud migration discussion into a value and transformation discussion, this is where really the entire TCO of the program comes to a totally different light. This is where really, when we're speaking to partners here, seriously, this is where the partners really magic kicks in. When they start to actually put the value of transformation, the AI use cases, the scenarios that they're going to be putting together, the way that they're going to be monetizing the Microsoft data graph and the SAP data graph, and reason over that, and just come with the proper use cases and transformation. Seriously, once that project moves into that type of dialogue, moving from a TCO around migration dialogue and security compliance and infrastructure to the migration, the transformation discussion and the use cases, this is where I genuinely believe the thing that will differentiate what we're talking about here, and the partner also will differentiate their entire value proposition to the customers.
And there is one that maybe I want to add there, Sharon. SAP Microsoft partnership uniquely delivers cross-platform capabilities. I like always to make an example. Moving to Azure means a customer can integrate SAP with Microsoft Teams for approvals. So a manager approves a purchase order from a Teams notification instead of logging into SAP. It's a small thing, but huge productivity boost. This kind of enhancements, which span system, are packaged within the product. Other cloud or ERP providers can easily replicate that. Partners can walk into a customer exec meeting and demo a Teams-based SAP approval or an AI summary of SAP data in Outlook. It really changes the conversation to look at what new things you can do post-migration, which builds a strong buy into the project. For me, is really making individual productivity and business productivity come together and enhance in a tremendous way the ROI that our clients can get from working up these things in separate pillars.
Absolutely. And I love that you helped me transition to the next key topic, which is really talking about the the power of partnership between SAP and Microsoft, and really the advantage that it brings to both our partners and our customers. And echoing the sentiments from earlier, I've been around the SAP ecosystem with Microsoft for over, it seems like I think about a decade now, and I've never seen this level of commitment at the executive level all the way through, which is really wonderful to see. There's a lot of cloud options out there, and customers are getting pressure from every direction. But this SAP Microsoft partnership is definitely more than just a standard lift and shift. It's a strategic alliance that's been engineered to deliver real business outcomes for systems integrator partners. And it's a differentiated opportunity to grow our business, deliver faster results, and build long-term customer relationships. Wael, could I ask you to speak to what's unique about running SAP on the Microsoft Cloud, especially for customers that are considering SAP Cloud ERP?
Well, I'm totally biased, but I will say it. But anyway, so I genuinely believe Microsoft is the best cloud provider for SAP. The depth of our value proposition, the chain of thought around the Microsoft stack end to end, all the way from M365 to Teams to Copilot to the security stack, Sentinel, Purview, and Defender. If I go to even Power BI and Fabric, every single product of Microsoft that creates a lot of value with SAP in mind is built for SAP. The engineering team had worked for the past, I think, years. I don't want to mention how many years, but they've been working for years to make sure that the SAP stack is driving immediate and maximize the value of the SAP stack to the customers, and making sure that customers actually manage to actually monetize their estate in the best possible way. The second piece, which is I'm so excited about when we're speaking to the partner community here, is the amount of value the partners can bring to this discussion with integrating all these Microsoft services together with SAP to really create that magic juice for the customers in terms of the ability for them to transform their solutions. So I again, as I said from the beginning, I'm biased, but I genuinely believe I don't think any other company has such a comprehensive stack built for SAP, first-party stack built for SAP like Microsoft.
Wonderful. I share your bias. But let's, Santina, let me ask you this. What's the role of SAP with Cloud ERP in helping customers to innovate from day one versus just replicating what they already had in ECC?
I mean, ECC is fantastic, has been fantastic, and was excellent for yesterday's transactional efficiency. But the AI world demands a trust and accessible data strategy, scalable memory processing, and ecosystem that never stops learning. ECC is just not done for the AI world. And so it's fundamentally different. SAP Cloud ERP solution with embedded AI capability is the foundation of what we call our growth journey, and the fastest way to have always innovation at your fingertips, always be at the forefront of innovation. It provides fast-growing clients with what they need from the start and scale with that as they expand. So is important for every type of customer, but I want also to underline how much this fits also smaller companies that are fast-growing, who need agility and cost-effective solution. SAP Growth provides a strong and quick foundation with scalable and modular Cloud ERP and AI-driven insights so that clients can adopt it in bite-sized pieces while allowing them to optimize operations from day one. It is easy to use and exactly what new generation of end user want. It is accessible on any device, enabling faster and more informed decision without compromising on security and reliability. As clients gain traction, they need to manage operational complexity while maintaining speed. SAP Cloud ERP enables seamless automation, deep AI-driven insights, and industry-backed practices that help scale operation quickly and efficiently with different regulations, financial system, languages, so on and so on. I mean, as clients mature, they need to focus on long-term innovation, operational efficiency, and sustained global expansion. And SAP AI-driven solutions with the public cloud at the core go beyond automation. They offer AI business agents that proactively manage workflow, optimize supply chains, and enhance financial forecasting, and can take all the benefits of all the other AI use cases that Microsoft can bring to the table. And this actually can be also a huge advantage already today for larger enterprise that have already got enough of the strength to be able to absorb agentic AI straight away all across their infrastructure.
Great. And for our partners, what would you say makes this program truly stand out? Santina, maybe you can share your thoughts on that.
I mean, for me, this is really a game changer for our partners. I mean, we designed it for our partners.
Great.
Our intent since day one was not to deliver just another integration of products. The integration of our products is there. I mean, we have Grow running on Azure. We have the integration of Copilot and Joule. Technically, these things are done. But what makes all this, the benefits of our technology integration come to life are our partners. And that was the intent from day one. Vail said, I want something that focuses only on helping our partners bring more business outcomes to our clients because we help them join the dots. And SAP and Microsoft are directly co-investing in partner success. Obviously, our ultimate intent is to make our clients successful, but this is uniquely designed for our partners. Through the SAP Business Suite Acceleration Program on Microsoft Cloud, partners gain access to exclusive incentives, including a 2.5% deal bonus on qualifying SAP on Azure sales that improve project margin and reward deal closure. They also get a dedicated partner concierge team that is available to onboard and support them throughout the engagement lifecycle, acting as a high-touch resource for deal registration, technical guidance, and program navigation. Not only this, the best is how much we are investing to build pipeline. We'll be hosting joint marketing and demand generation efforts, and this program empowers our partners to differentiate their business and lead with innovation. How happy can we make our clients if we don't go anymore divided in front of them, but already having worked at understanding how to make them get more value from the technology that both separately would be pushing.
Great. So let's zero in on the AI innovations. I know everywhere you go, you just hear AI, everything. But I want to hear about, what's driving the AI innovations, what's really driving a lot of excitement in this program. And we hear about AI-powered ERP. It sounds great, but our partners are really looking for some concrete examples to show customers, like, what does this mean? How are SAP and Microsoft infusing AI into real business processes? And what value does that unlock? So Santina, what does leading with AI innovations look like day to day for SAP operations? Could you give us some tangible examples of how AI, like SAP's Joule, is embedded into ERP processes and the outcomes that it delivers?
Well, first of all, C-level and boards are being asked to provide an AI strategy and innovation roadmap. This program allows partners to bring value to the customers by helping them integrate AI, innovation, and the example to reference are many. For example, automating manual tasks like invoice processing, where incoming invoices can be automatically read, matched to POs, and posted with minimal or human interaction. Business AI is also great in core processes, predictive analytics. For example, in supply chain, the system might forecast a stock out 4 weeks ahead based on current sales trend and lead times, prompting a proactive purchase order. It can also recommend process improvements. For instance, if AI notices that a particular approval step is always fast-tracked, it might suggest automating it or raising the limit. Well, so in short, our partners should always lead with AI because it will help their customers to do faster financial closing, more accurate forecasts, and happier end users who feel like they have an assistant, not just a system. And I'm sure, Vail, that you can add much more than what I just mentioned.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead.
Wael, I was
Sure.
just going to say, just with Microsoft AI, like M365, Microsoft 365 Copilot, it's a game changer. I can personally attest to the improved productivity that I have day to day, and I think any of my colleagues here that are using it daily, yeah, it saves us
I
so
am
much
addicted
time.
to Copilot. There is nothing I do without Copilot anymore.
Absolutely. So what I wanted Wael to comment on is how are SAP's Joule and Microsoft's Copilot working together in this program? Like what kind of cross-platform AI scenarios can partners bring to customers with SAP on Azure, given all of this huge innovation with our AI copilots?
And I think during Sapphire, one of the most attended sessions that I actually attended during Sapphire was actually the announcement of the bi-directional integration between Copilot and Joule. You cannot imagine. This is a huge canvas for partners to really come up with super innovative use cases and scenarios that basically reasons over both the Microsoft graph and the SAP graph to really deliver endless number of use cases and scenarios to really maximize the transformation that customers are hoping for, and also reduce operational costs and that they are actually running through their organization. Imagine through Joule, you actually calling directly Copilot direct to basically send an email to a supplier, or basically from or make an or directly from Teams through Copilot, you're basically ordering further equipment or further suppliers to the through the back-end systems without even logging into SAP via the Joule Copilot integration. So this is just an example of what we call pre-built AI integration between Microsoft and SAP that can bring a lot of value. And again, as I was mentioning from the beginning of the discussion and what Santina was referring to, nothing in that program can really materialize with customers at scale without the partners that we have on the discussion today that can basically take that, maximize the impact of which, use the program, use the values and the reference architecture and technologies that we're talking about here to really bring the value to the customers in the shortest amount of time with what we have pre-built together.
I love it. The possibilities seem honestly endless. Okay, let's shift now to how partners themselves benefit from this. So we've talked about the technology. Now let's discuss the program elements designed to help our partners succeed. Things like migration tools, incentives, concierge support that you mentioned, the joint demand generation. This program isn't just about selling software. It's about empowering our partner ecosystem to drive these projects profitably and predictably. So, Santina, let's start with you. How is SAP making the journey easier for partners and customers coming from ECC? Like, what tools or content does SAP provide to simplify migrations and to de-risk projects?
Thank you, Sharon. So we offer guided migration tools like Readiness Check and Migration Cockpit that analyze the customer CCC system and help migrate data to S/4HANA. These tools identify potential issues in custom code or data quality upfront, so partners can plan around them. It drastically reduces manual effort in conversion and data load tasks. We also offer pre-configured best practices. Partners can leverage this as a starting blueprint, as it is much faster and easier to adjust an existing template and to invent from scratch, leading to much faster projects. There is also a dedicated expert support. We mentioned that before. I want to repeat that because it's really a super thing that I think we put together. We have a move to S/4HANA concierge team and expert squads that partner can tap into. If a partner runs into a tricky problem, they have a hotline to SAP expert who can advise or assist. Finally, we have incentivized smooth transition for customer through incentives like conversion credits on licensing or allowing some processes to stay on ECC temporarily via the RISE program. When partners bring those to the table, it helps customers justify to move financially and operationally, which in turn helps partners close the deal and execute with less friction.
Great. Well, Microsoft has put a lot on the table for partners in this program as well. And that's the beauty of this program is we're bringing together what Microsoft and SAP has to offer and really accelerating the benefits for our partners here. So what support can partners expect from Microsoft? In particular, how are we helping partners with their own profitability and their go-to-market?
Sure. I think the beauty about this is it was jointly designed with SAP. So Santina and team, we sat together. We basically designed this sort of like what are the gaps that were there in terms of incentives and go-to-market and market generation that were there, and we've designed around those. Plus everything that Santina was mentioning, and by the way, when we mentioned concierge desk or partner marketing as service, all of those are joint investment for engines between Microsoft and SAP, so that we're coming together to make sure that we are properly supporting the partners through this journey. We also started with looking at a very comprehensive set of incentives and investments to take the entire pre-sales cycle in terms of assessment of opportunities and how we incentivize partners to actually drive that motion with us, all the way to deployment funds. So in the post-sales investments as well. So it's not only the transaction, what we call incentive, but also the entire pre-sales, transaction, and post-sales investments to make sure that the partners have the right tailwind behind them to ensure that they are actually supported through this cycle end to end. The other piece, which is also was super important for partners, is all the technologies that we've been talking about and the new features, functionalities required a lot of enablement. And that's why we kept an always on enablement engine to make sure that the partners, whenever there is a requirement to basically train new sales team, pre-sales teams on the partner side, they have the right forum or investment from both Microsoft and SAP to train the partner representatives to basically take this cycle on and on. The last point I would mention, we've also adjusted what we call the certification in Microsoft for SAP. It was a super complex certification that would basically give you access to a lot of the programs in Microsoft. We have adjusted that to make sure that it is fit for purpose for both Rise and Grow partners of SAP, to make sure that we are really minimizing the number of, I would say, hours required, but yet deliver the maximum value for customers who are for partners who would want to invest with us in this domain.
That's super important, and I love hearing that. This program is truly investing in partners, and I love seeing two such large companies coming together to enable and light up our ecosystem. From your perspectives, what's one aspect that partners maybe sometimes overlook, but should definitely take advantage of? Santina, let's start with you.
Sharon, actually, if I can mention more than one, because
Yeah, go
I'd
for
like
it.
to say, first of all, for me, is the value proposition. I mean, many of the partners, probably of partners that are on this call, both have a Microsoft practice and an SAP practice. But joining it up is much more powerful than keeping them separate in specific customer opportunities. So I want to remind the Joule Copilot integration, the cross-application workflow, the enhanced decision making, the user adoption and satisfaction, the future-ready architecture for agentic AI. All this is much more than 1+1. It's really much more than 1+1. But then coming to your specific question, I think I'd like to point to the concierge. I think that don't overlook the concierge, because some partners, many partners think we'll figure it out ourselves. But the concierge desk that we put in place is a game changer. It helps you navigate both SAP and Microsoft organizationally, escalate issues, get quick answer on licensing tools, basically smooth out any bumps. We really worked hard at designing it in a way that we support you in the best possible way. So please, my advice is, first of all, remember the big vision you can bring to your clients, but then now in executing on it, don't think you need to do it alone. It's not just about incentives. There is a lot we put out there, but the concierge is going to help you on the how. So my advice is use the concierge early and often. It can save you days of effort and keep your project momentum.
Great. Well,
Well, let me do this. I'll just exchange seats for a minute. I will sit in a partner CEO type position, and I will tell you what I would typically would do. If I listen to what Santina, Well, and Sharon said to me today during this call, what do I do when I leave this discussion? And this is the first time I hear about that program. I wasn't there during Sapphire or what have you. So I would do the following. I will immediately go to my team members and I say, guys, where do we stand in terms of our certification on Microsoft SAP platform? So are we certified? Not just go and check the enablement and enable the team to make sure that the enablement is there and certification is there. So just we need to work with these people called Sharon, Santina, and Well, and just get my team enabled as fast as possible. The second part, I would go and say to my team, go and differentiate yourself. I want a differentiating value prop into the market. So there is a lot of tech that both SAP and Microsoft has, a lot of excellent platform technologies that are there. How do I differentiate myself? How do I put myself in the manufacturing industry, the retail industry, the agriculture industry? So whatever industry that I'm operating in, and I will take from the agentic framework that the Microsoft and SAP is putting in front of me, and I will come back with a differentiated value prop for myself and for my company as well. The third piece, I will go and check with them in terms of how guys, I have heard a lot of money, incentives, investments, and what have you. Can you come back to me with a plan in terms of how to monetize that game plan? I don't want to be spending too much money on my pre-sales, post-sales, and I want to maximize my transaction profitability as well as pre-sales and post-sales profitability from Microsoft and SAP. So go and design that for me. The last point I would say, okay, guys, we've heard about this. There is, Santina mentioned 40,000 accounts, 50,000 accounts. There's a lot of accounts that we're talking about. What is the pipeline? Show me the potential. Show me that pipeline and tell me how can I go back to Microsoft and SAP and work on my pipeline opportunity with Microsoft and SAP as soon as possible. Why? Because apparently, from what these guys are saying, another partner will basically listen to this discussion and they will come back to our clients and they will come to poach them with the solution. So I'm not going to wait. I will tell them, show me the pipeline now. Tell me how can I coordinate and collaborate with Microsoft and SAP to deliver that opportunity as fast as possible through the door.
Great. I love all the very practical advice. And I think it's hard sometimes. You hear of so many great ideas and you really need to figure out, how do I get started? I particularly liked how you highlighted partners bringing in the industry specific viewpoint. That's what really helps them to differentiate and be able to build on what we have. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the session. So to wrap up, I'm going to ask, because you've already given a lot of advice, but I'm going to ask for one final piece of advice from each one of you. Santina, what's your advice to a partner who's excited about this opportunity, but maybe their customers are a little hesitant or cautious about making the leap? What would you tell them?
So, the clients, so I was seeing clients become much less hesitant when we bring up a joint value proposition, because they see they can get to value faster. But in any case, let's say they are hesitant or cautious, the most important thing to point out is the cost of delay. Cost of delaying means missing out already today on lots of benefit that they can get by starting to use more AI, by having systems that are at the forefront of innovation, by putting together individual productivity and business productivity. There is so much they can get, and showcase quick wins immediately. There are things that can do immediately. They can migrate a single plant or implement S/4HANA for finance first to show tangible benefits just in few weeks. You should always leverage references.
Great.
So point to the companies of a similar size and same industry that have successfully transformed. We have already more reference than you can imagine, and we have many case studies of mid-market firms who moved to S/4HANA on Azure and achieved substantial efficiency gain, 20% more efficiency gain. Hearing of such peer success helps conservative clients feel more reassured. And finally, assure strong support. We are here to reassure you and come with you also to clients if you want, but emphasize that SAP, Microsoft, and you as the partner will be side by side to our clients to make them successful. The concierge support, the joint team, the SLAs, they all play in this direction. This gives executives peace of mind that if challenges arise, the world's best experts are co-invest in their success.
Great. So, Wael, what about advice that you might have for partners themselves? Like, many partners are juggling their traditional projects and then they've got this new cloud paradigm. What would you say to a partner firm that's on the fence about fully investing in the SAP Microsoft program?
Listen, I think, by the way, the vision or the mission that we're on together here is a difficult one. This is really unleashing the potential to tens of thousands of customers worldwide. And for me, I genuinely believe that we've designed a program that I think is fit for scale. Having said that, I know that there will be problems through this, just to be very transparent. And I know that whatever investments we're putting, there will be a lot of blind spots that we might have missed in terms of designing this program end to end. What I would love to have is just to hold us accountable to everything we said during this call and give us feedback on the things that you believe that we have missed. This is not an easy journey. We appreciate, by the way, the partners in terms of their effort to trying to bring this to value with this type of potential that we have in front of us. But it is going to be not easy. So just challenge us. We are there to accept the challenge. Things that we'll be able to solve, we'll solve as soon as possible. Things, if not, we will put it at least in our planning in our next quarter or next fiscal, but we will make sure that we are actually having this program successful, if not now, over the next few months. But seriously, your feedback to us is really is super important.
Yeah, you made really a great point, Bail, by the way. So we're talking like we thought about everything and everything is perfect, but for sure, we must have missed out on things, and we learn as we go. So we with our best intent, we try to do the maximum we can, but we stay committed at making the program evolve to fit what you will show us is more needed to support you. So this is not year to be stuck like it is. It's our strong commitment to you. We did our best to design it in the best possible way with our understanding, but this is also a community that we are creating to work together to unleash the power, all the power that we can bring to our clients, and will continue to enhance it and adjust it together with you. Thank you so much, Vail, for raising that point.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Santina.
Well, thank you so much, Santina and Wael, for all of these valuable insights and candid advice. I think everyone loves to hear just real pragmatic and direct feedback, and we appreciate that. I know that there's a ton of questions in the chat around how do we get started? How do we get this information? And so I want to just kind of summarize some key takeaways for our partners. You know, the Business Suite Acceleration Program with Microsoft Cloud is a tremendous opportunity. It addresses a pressing market needs. It's packed with innovation, especially AI, to elevate the value proposition. And it comes with strong support and incentives from both Microsoft and SAP to ensure your success. We are deeply committed to our partners, you know, in this journey. So let's talk about, you know, what there is next. So first, I want to share one exciting additional program that we have coming up, which is we are creating a joint Microsoft and SAP partner community where you can gain access to ongoing enablement from us. So there'll be additional resources. We'll bring on some subject matter experts. It's going to be hosted by Microsoft, but we'll bring in some of our SAP friends to join in and really help with the content as well. So to help you navigate this journey, like I said, we've got the partner concierge team that's going to be here to support you, whether you're exploring different solution plays or building out your campaigns, activating your co-sell motions. You've got a team that's dedicated to helping you drive there. And as I mentioned, the ongoing enablement that Microsoft will be providing. We're working on these fully curated learning paths, hands-on workshops, things to help you really get hands-on in the skills that you need to tell the full story, to get and bring in all the innovation and AI, the value proposition and the Microsoft story, and innovating with both Copilot and AI. So there's some links that you will see that have been in the chat that our team has been placing in there. They'll give you links to how do I join the partner community so I can learn about when these sessions are, how do I access the incentives and what those look like. So make sure you're checking the chat. And then in addition, we'll send out a recap after the call and we'll have the links in there as well. So next steps, again, become a Microsoft partner if you're not one already. Attain the SAP on Microsoft Azure specialization. If you don't have it already, that helps to unlock a lot more benefits for you as a Microsoft partner. We want to make sure that you join us on this journey, join our community so you can stay connected and take advantage of the enablement, and then just get started. Let's just jump right in there. Start delivering pipeline. We're so eager and excited to work with you all to bring this value. So thank you again for joining us today. We will share the recording and the resources, as I mentioned, after the session. Big thank you to Santina and Wael for sharing your expertise. And thank you to our partner community. We're excited to accelerate together with you through this SAP and Microsoft partnership. We appreciate you, so many of you, staying all the way to the end of this. Let's get out there and lead with innovation. Have a great day, everyone.
We'll also answer all the unanswered questions offline, yeah?
We'll continue to answer those as we hang up. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good day,
thanks,
everybody.
Everyone. Take care.
Good night from India.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Cheers,
day.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.